Welcome to the tour of Cooper Island Resort and its energy, water purification, and wastewater treatment processes. This is brought to you by CB99 Videos. Please subscribe. Here's the battery system. So you have the set of batteries, and then you can see what's inside the cases. The company that makes it is called Aqueon Energy. And this is the bank of solar inverters.
To monitor everything, we have this panel here. Okay. So these are each of the master inverters. Okay. Yeah. So this is the master right here. Everything we need to know. So right now you can see we're actually charging the batteries. So there's around 2 kilowatts going into each one of the battery banks.
Sunny now.
So it's sunny now, exactly. You can see the state of charge, we're at 44%. If this is to dip below 40%, then our generator would automatically kick on to try and top it up. Okay. Because we don't want the batteries to go too low.
Yeah, batteries.
Yeah. So, and then if it gets below a certain voltage, the generator will also kick on. It's not supposed to go under 48 volts.
Right.
This is our load right now, 17 kW.
Okay.
You know, that's the load at the present moment. So you use that
Plus the 10 up there.
Yeah.
So you're making almost 30.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. This is fossil fuel. This is the way you make electricity with fossil fuels. That's the way you make electricity without fossil fuels.
So we have 2 generators. This is the 65 kilowatt. This is 105 kilowatt. We're only running this one right now. This is the old one, kind of just for backup. The inverters call the generator into power. This thing will just kick on and start going.
You're really loud.
Yeah, it's really loud. I have some headphones to wear. It's really cool. It has all sorts of data on here. Run hours, all kinds of stuff. Temperatures.
Yeah, you gotta change the oil every so often.
Yeah, every 200 hours to 4 weeks, depending on how much we use. You can also go back through the history and see what time everything. So it turned off at 3 o'clock a.m. this morning. Ran for, I think, about 6 hours.
Well, so if you're doing 200 hours every 3 weeks, 20 days,
Yeah.
then you're running it 10 hours a day, roughly, on average.
Depending, yeah. Sometimes we run it a little bit more, sometimes we run it less. Just depends on the weather. It depends on,
How many guests
we have. It also depends on if we've been doing a lot of work on the actual inverters, because this is still a really new system for us. So we're trying to get everything dialed in. Sometimes, we've had to change out some inverters, so we'll turn the generator on and run strictly on the generator while we're doing work on that side of the system. So,
Right. Oh, yeah.
That means we'll use a little bit more.
Right, of course.
So this box is part of the sewage treatment system.
Oh, okay.
This is the Bioreactor Control box. So you can turn the screening pump on and off, and then you can also turn on this button turns it on for checking the flow of the membrane pump. And I'll show you that in a minute. So this is our reverse osmosis system right here. This pump first, this is the low pressure side. That's just a pool pump. And that actually is really efficient for what we do. So it sucks water in from just under the dock, pumps it over here, pumps it through these filters, the 30 micron, 20 micron, and 5 micron filters. That gets pumped over here to the high pressure pump, where it gets pumped up to 700 to 850 psi, depending on how dirty the membranes are. And then it pushes it through these membranes. Once everything's going, you ramp up the pressure with this little knob right here. You'll see the pressure go up, and once it hits about 700 psi, you'll start to see water through this little bar will go up to around 3.5 gallons a minute. So we're making 3.5 gallons a minute when this is on. Right. So it goes up through these pipes here, and then we can divert it from our kitchen cistern here to our staff cistern.
This is potable, or it's just for other showers and?
It's all potable,
It's
yeah.
all potable.
Yeah.
There's like a UV light here somewhere that.
No UV light.
Okay.
Which is nice. We take care of the other parts of the system right before you pump it. We have a chlorine injector.
Oh, okay.
So it's a thing called a dosatron, and that is CI rules. It has to be 0.22 parts per million chlorine.
Right.
It's just law.
And then that chlorine is neutralized before it goes to the RO because it would chew up the membrane, right?
No.
After.
Oh, after.
This goes
Okay.
into cisterns, and then they'll pump out of the cistern
Oh, with the
to the
dose.
resort.
To the dosatron.
Yeah, and I can show you guys that. So yeah, this is our kitchen cistern right here, and it actually goes underground a couple of feet.
Each house, right?
Yeah, under each room. So each building, there's 2 rooms. So we have 2 15. Well, some of them are smaller than others. So the smallest one's probably like 10,000 gallons. The biggest one's probably like 16,000 gallons. So we have one on each side of the building, and then obviously we have this one. We have one in the staff building. We also have one under the coffee shop, one under the rum bar. Those are both a little bit smaller. And then upstairs, up the hill, there's another staff accommodation, and they have a cistern as well. Everything goes into the cisterns, and then we chlorinate after it, while it's being fed into the
all
resort.
the cisterns feed into one central place with a dosatron.
Well, we have multiple dosatrons, so this is definitely the one that gets used the most.
And our showers, dosatron?
Yep, they're all dosatrons.
Okay.
So there's this tank, and this has hypochlorite water solution in it.
It's like bleach kind of, right?
Basically, it's chlorine.
Oh, there it goes.
So this right here, down here, is our bioreactor, and this is how we take care of sewage.
Aha.
Black water.
Black water, but not gray water.
Not gray water.
It's just the black water.
The black water, yeah. So the first thing that happens is it goes into this big macerator and this little green tank right here. Everything kind of gets ground up, and then it gets spit out into this screening tank. It gets pumped over into the first thing, the buffer tank. Then it starts to do the bacterial magic, and then goes to the next tank. And then the third tank is the aerobic tank. And then finally the last tank is the actual submerged membrane bioreactor. It's almost like another reverse osmosis system.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it has 3 sets of filters, membranes, that push the water through that after it's been processed. So these first 3 things are where the bacteria is digesting any waste and breaking it down and eating all the bad stuff. Then the last tank, it does like a final filter on the water, and it takes out everything that's left over and leaves phosphate, nitrate, and water.
Okay.
So,
and then you use that for irrigation?
exactly. So there's 3 little tubes. I was saying with the sampling button, you press the sampling button, and those tubes start flowing water. It turns on the membrane pump, basically. So then that goes into that tank right there, and then when that thing gets filled, it gets pumped over into another cistern that's specifically for irrigation water, and that also mixes with gray water. We clean them, yeah. So in closed season, we take everything apart. We actually take apart the whole system and clean everything, and then that's that.
And that's a smelly job.
Yeah, and then the last Sunday of every month, my job is to open that hatch right there, and I get to stir that with a drill and a paint mixer and pump everything out just to make sure nothing's getting clogged up in there. So that's fun.
So now the gray water, does that go to a settling tank first to get
Yeah.
the soaps out?
Yeah, so if you go, we can start to walk this way.
Yeah, that's a big array right there.
That's a really big array right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which these are actually really efficient solar hot water heaters, probably one of the best ones you can get. It can be cloudy for a few days, and you'll still have scalding hot water. It has this insulated tank at the top. Solar panels, more inverters.
So you could probably get close to a point where you use very little diesel.
Yeah. The thing is, we do use diesel in our delivery boats. So Port Purcell and Roadtown, we have a dock there with like a little garage area and a little sitting area for guests to come to and wait when they
You'll
arrive.
pick guests up in Roadtown?
Yeah, so we pick guests up in Roadtown, and we also have a car that we keep in the garage for getting around town and collecting supplies that we may need. So right here is the gray water tank.
Okay.
So gray water is pumped up into the tanks. They're kind of nasty. I wouldn't get too close to them. Gray water gets pumped up to there, settles through the tank, and then it gets moved down into one of the irrigation cistern on one of their sides. Okay.
What is your actual role? What is your...
My title?
Yeah.
Sustainability engineer.
Oh.
Yeah. So just a fancy name for
Person who does-
maintenance man. I mean, it's a plus that it's an eco resort, but it's doing all this is the most cost-effective thing that you can do. So not only is it good for the environment, but it's also good for your pocketbook. You know, like I said, if we're having to bring in water from Tortola, you know, we use a couple thousand gallons of water a day when we're at full capacity. So that would mean getting a water barge here all the time, getting a propane and diesel barge here all the time, and that's just constantly taking hits out of your bottom line.
Plus it makes life, it seems like it makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, it definitely makes life easier. So,
It would seem that you're sort of the leaders here in the BDI.
yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So you're sort of showing the way, right?
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty lucky to get involved with it. Last year I graduated with a master's degree in global sustainability with a concentration in sustainable tourism. So this is it.